What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Conversation Station. This episode, I'm going to be doing a review on the Supergirl trailer that released a week ago. It was a teaser like the day before that James Gunn had released, and they just released the trailer right after it. The original teaser had Superman just leaving Supergirl a message. We miss you, we're worried about you. I kind of think it's funny that that part of the call that wasn't in the trailer. But I do think the fact that Superman said "we miss you" is kind of telling. I think that tells that Kara has been on Earth before and has kind of hung out with the Kents for a little while.
Hey, it's me, Clark. I'm just worried because we miss you.
The beginning of the trailer does a great job to really show that contrast between her and Clark. Or
I was just touching base to see when you think you might be coming back. I'm just worried that you're not going to find your stride here if you keep going off-world all the time, Kara. I'm worried you're not going to find your people.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, Clark. I have no people.
Just telling her, I'm worried you won't find your people, and she just replies, I have no people. And we get, the shot of her home world of what happened, a bit of what happened there. But, I don't think she, basically, with the amount of time that she was able to spend with her people, she's not as quick to call Earth her surrogate home like Clark did, because he obviously grew up on Earth. When he said "we miss you," he could have just meant like the other supers, but I personally think that there's a possibility we're going to get to see a little bit of Kara coming to Earth and hanging out with Clark a little bit. Of course, a little bit of backstory in the origin movie. About a minute into the trailer, we get what probably this whole movie is going to be mostly about, which is Krypto getting shot with a poisonous dart by the villain Krem of the Yellow Hills.
What can I do?
The Brickens carry the antidote on that person.
At which point, Supergirl Kara goes on a mission to find the cure for him. And this whole movie seems to be centered heavily around their relationship, with her telling him that home is wherever he is. And, he's obviously her last tie to Krypton and to her home.
Please, you cannot give up on me. There is no home without you, buddy.
Now, that being said, it is surprised that she left Krypto in care of Superman because, of how attached she is to him. But it makes sense that she would have done that just to be able to go party. And she trusts Superman. Superman would never let anything happen to Krypto. So, it's completely understandable that she would kind of drop him off there for the duration of the Superman movie. The whole movie is going to follow the Woman of Tomorrow storyline, with her joining up with Ruthie and trying to take down Krem of the Yellow Hills. Ruthie having a revenge plot tied in with Kara, so they're going to become an unlikely team, with Kara being more of a solo traveler and just trying to be out and party, kind of like what Clark said at the end. Honestly, I think it's going to be nice to see somebody with Superman's powers not be the Boy Scout that he is. We're going to see her go through different things and use her powers, I think, differently than Superman does. I think this movie is going to be awesome. I hope one of the things they get into the habit of doing with these DC movies is showing a bit of the practicality of their powers. How they use their powers in just practical ways throughout their daily life. With this movie, we're going to get a lot more backstory than we did with the Superman movie. I think the Superman movie, obviously James Gunn said he was going to stay away from the origin story of him being a kid, and they got it in pictures and small video clips. But in this one, I think we're going to get more of where Kara came from, and how everything happened with her home. And in regards to hopefully we get some like I said, mention of her time on Earth, if she spent any time on Earth doing hero work, and hopefully it gets mentioned and we get to see a little bit of it. This is her origin story, and I think people do need to get a little bit more comfortable with the Supergirl character and just make her truly a part of the team. And I think once it feels right, she's going to be able to be brought in at any time and just be that not thorn in Clark's side, but I think just his a little bit more free spirit. Just bring Clark a different way of looking at things. We'll get another look at Jason Momoa as Lobo, the character he was destined to play in the DC universe.
Stop. You're hurting my head.
He looks awesome, honestly. It really is the role he was born to play.
Aren't you the ditz from that dive bar?
Funny. That's what I've been calling you.
Touche.
He looks perfect, honestly. I hope we get plenty of Lobo in this movie. What exactly he has to do with all this, I'm not really sure yet. But as we know, Lobo could be anywhere doing anything because he does whatever he wants. I believe Superman is going to make more of a cameo than just that little video call they have in the trailer and in that teaser. I think it's going to set up a little bit of Man of Tomorrow too, or at least have a little bit of that story in there too, though I'm not 100% certain on that part. But honestly, I'm just looking forward to this movie as it is, as just a Supergirl movie, and just to establish this character and get another good character into the universe. I think it's going to be a great movie, you know, fun, action-packed, a little bit of heart and stuff like that. It comes out June 26th of this year, summertime movie. I'm really looking forward to it. Would like to know what you think down in the comments. I really do appreciate any time you spend watching my video. Thank you, and I hope to see you again.